Deadpool Negative, I've got another comic review for you all. It's actually two comics. Basically, because they were up with the same writing team, I thought take a look at them. This is Thunderbolts, which appeared earlier this month, a new Thunderbolts miniseries featuring this. This is a 25-year-old George Perez drawing, featuring a character that's not in the book, and as far as I can tell, won't be in the book. And this is the new Timeless one shot, which came out today. Which is written in both of these comics are written by Colin, Kelly, and Jackson Lanzing. Now, I have not had good experiences with Kelly and Lanzing's work before, and with Thunderbolts in particular, those bad experiences continued. But I will talk. I mean, I haven't really read a lot of this. I read some of their Robin issues. I wasn't impressed with that. That Motor DC alternate thing. I can't really remember anything I liked or disliked about that. I read the first issue of their Captain America run, which their big idea was, what is the deep dark secret behind Captain America's shield? And I'm like, not every comic has to be a story revealing something heretofore untold about the origin. Every Marvel writer does this. Dan Slott does it all. Jerry Duggan does it. Dan Slott does it. Editors should really clamp down on that, because it's just every writer does it, and I'm tired of it. I think part of the reason is nobody at Marvel or DC wants to actually create anything new, so they just strip mine, because they won't get properly compensated for it, and I don't blame them. So they just strip mine, but come on, Captain America's shield? And of course, it led to like another reveal of another shadowy group that's been controlling everything forever, and nobody noticed. Yeah, so here it is. Here's the recap page. Not long ago, Bucky Barnes and Steve Rogers defeated a shadowy organization that was controlling the secret. It just, this story, especially in Marvel, happens all the time. It feels like it happens all the time because writers at Marvel and DC are just kind of programmed to just jack the stakes up to unimaginable levels when they don't need to be. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't real fully read much of the like I've read as much as I can stand, which wasn't much. And so I'm reading this, and here it is, and it's just a weak. It's very, try hard is the operative word for it. It's just a weak comic, because yet it's another, again, it's like Bucky, Sharon Carter, the Contessa Valeri. The Contessa of Valentina Allegra di Fontaine, is part of the group. Let me get this right. OXE is a hell of a thing. I'm going to read some of the dialogue. OXE is a hell of a thing, the company of 1,000 shells. I know more about the secret wars of this world than even I do, but the century game is over. And of course, like, she was a bad guy. Oh, wait, she wasn't. She was planning to undercover, or I don't know. Help me plan a foolproof worldwide operation to permanently stop a target we both know has been under the protection of history for far too long. It's the characters are trying so hard to be cool, and just talking in the middle of fights, and it's not working for me. And it's the actual effort was expounded on this comic, which is more than I can say for a lot of comics. Like, here's a bit like Carol Danvers massacres a bunch of Nazi Hydra combo, and he's like, I'm glad you came. And Winter Soldier's like, I'm glad you came. I can't imagine Steve approves. Yeah, I didn't exactly advertise our shadowy unknown mission to an extremely sensitive superhero boyfriend. Of course, they kill the Red Skull, because killing the Red Skull's never worked before. That always sticks. There's this, and okay, I'm gonna really get annoyed here, because there's a part where a villain is trying to choke to like kill the Contessa, and all of a sudden she said, "This Red Skull still speaks about you as his greatest failure." Really? Then he probably should have mentioned that the original Contessa Allegra de Fontaine died 8 years ago in a Russian gulag. I'm a perfect backup of her mind installed in a next generation life model decoy on the orders of the former gods of the 20th century. And do you know what that means? I'm effing bulletproof, and you're extremely dead. Everything just comes off as so flip and so bizarre. I just can't care about this. Like, I'm not a fan of the Winter Soldier, the comic version, as a concept anyway. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I like the idea of, like, okay, let's do the Thunderbolts as a special Black Ops team. And they seemingly kill the Red Skull, but there's more villains to fight, more shadowy conspiracies, and it just feels completely weightless. And I just don't care. It just doesn't feel like it means anything because there's been so many conspiracies. Which one is the real conspiracy they're meant to fight? And again, like, it's just, I want to talk about this comic just because it frustrated me so much. Because it has really wonderful, action-packed art by Geraldo Borges, who just does a really neat job with facial expressions and conversations. Like, he drew a couple issues of the Storm miniseries that came out recently. But, like, he really just kind of ups his game here. I just like his conversation scenes are pretty good. But, like, I just, like, it was just, the comic was just kind of embarrassing to read because it was trying so hard to, like, invest me in the story, but at the same time, it's just so flip. I would like it if Red Skull stayed dead for once because you keep using him, and he's just tired. You know, like, yes, burning Nazi flags. I know a lot of American writers think half of America is filled with Nazis. It's not true. But they like, you know, they like the idea of having that little jolt. But you know what surprised me? I had a like inertia, or just because I thought it would make a good video, I decided to buy Timeless, written by the same team, and it was the first comic I've read of them that I actually enjoyed. I mean, part of it is just like it's a really goofy. These Timeless one shots are like these weird teasers. Like, Jed McKay wrote the first two, and it had to do with Kang, and like, what, you know, it would kind of tease upcoming Marvel storylines. And out of read of them, I didn't really enjoy, especially since one of them seemed to be teasing Miracle Man moving the Marvel universe. But this actually works. For one thing, it's not involving Kang. It's involved, and another involves an alternate future that is really wild and ridiculous. But it involves an elderly Luke Cage who's also superpowered. It's not really explained too well how he basically has himself with a lot of superpowers. He's cybernetically and mystically enhanced, and it's weird. And the villain is Khonshu, but the interesting thing is who he's hired, how Khonshu has chosen to be his vessel. That's interesting. Like, there's really weird, like, here's like Luke Cage. Basically, all the superheroes are dead that we are supposedly dead except Luke Cage. And Khonshu has a basically Luke Cage was a hero, but in the shadow of the moon, I'm something else. I'm the last confessor of the century. Bequeath the power of a million exploding suns and darkness beyond the endless void. The blood of the Hulk through my veins. I've looked through the green door. My resolve is made of steel, and a dragon burns in my fist, my iron fist. So he somehow, and it's like he knows he can't stop Khonshu from destroying the universe. But, you know, it's like, yeah, he wants to destroy the universe. Yet another, let's jack the stakes up to unimaginable levels. But again, I'm being a little unfair because this actually works. He knows he can't defeat Khonshu, but he just wants to make a statement. And then it turns out who is Khonshu's vessel? Well, pretty obvious. I mean, they kind of give it away. But this simple superhero versus supervillain last fight story is driven by the way they do the previews is just Luke remembering things. But like, the story actually works because Luke remembering things, yes, it gives us the teaser, but it also what saved him in the end. There's a great line, just a great like superheroic line. There's always something left to say, which I really love. Like, I was like kind of shocked at how like utterly flip and annoying Thunderbolts 1 was, and how really just full of heart. Timeless, this new timeless one, timeless 2023 is. I mean, it's not a work of genius, but I felt like it really had something here that I'd missed from Thunderbolts and other Kelly and Lanzing comics I've read. And also, Terror Incorporated is in this comic. Terror Incorporated is part of Marvel's future plans, which I think that's kind of awesome. You know, he didn't get much to do when he was a supporting character in in the Deadpool Merc Team books. But and there's also some really nice Wong Cabal art. I mean, just like look, just really just again, like it's slight. I'm not really sure it's worth $6.99, but it has heart in a way that a lot of Kelly and Lanzing books don't. I mean, this was just annoying, but this I got invested in. This I enjoyed. So who knows? Anyway, I just want to talk about those two comics. I would definitely, if you're just looking for a good straight superhero story that's not just weighed down by the need to throw in a teaser, I definitely recommend Timeless. I do not recommend Thunderbolts. Anyways, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks.